Want to make money in crypto? Do not make the mistake I made in 2021. I was watching Solana, the Sol token, when it went from $1.50 to $12.56. And I thought to myself, oh no, I missed it. It's pumped too hard. And then I watched it go from $12.50 to $27.91. Thankfully, at that time, I said, F it. I can't watch this any longer. Clearly, Solana is going to be the winner this cycle. And at $27, I jumped in. Thankfully, because we went all the way up to $250. So if you're watching SWI right now and thinking to yourself, ah, man, it's at an all-time high at $5.17. I missed my chance to get into SWI. Think again. SWI has definitely taken the lead to be the Solana of this cycle. There is still so much room for this project to grow. So in today's video, I'm going to be explaining the ins and outs of SWI, everything you need to know about the SWI ecosystem so that you can get in before this thing really takes off and it actually is too late. All right, Cryptowisers, my name is Milton, and here's another video for you. Before I dive into SWI, the SWI ecosystem, and explain the ABCs of SWI to you, do me a favor, please. Would you smash that like button? It only takes half a fraction of a second, and it really helps the channel. It will help people realize that Cryptowise is back. I would really, really appreciate it. Of course, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Make sure those notifications are on so you know anytime I drop you a new video. And follow me over on X. My handle there is @crypto. All right, let's dive in. SWI, the SWI ecosystem. Let's start at the very beginning. Why do you need to be on SWI? Well, look, it's pretty simple in crypto. The elements that Solana had last cycle, it was fast, it was cheap, it was a great user experience, and clearly it was building a network effect. SWI is doing that now, and if you haven't used SWI yet, make sure you do. Understand how great the user experience is, and you will understand why this chain is on fire. Look at this chart. Honestly, this is incredible. Let's look at the last month. We all know that there was a bit of a dip right before Christmas in the crypto market. Well, SWI went down to $3.50, but since then it has been on fire, really leading the whole crypto market, especially in the large caps. It's up at its new all-time high, reached just today, $5.30. It's down a little bit to $5.17, but this thing is in price discovery. Now we just got to wait and see how high it can go. Today, it jumped a few spots on the chart. It's up to the number 12 position in all of crypto. It bypassed Chainlink and Toncoin. Only a matter of time before it leapfrogs Avalanche and Tron. And in my humble opinion, I think this gets to a top 7 coin at the very least before all is said and done. And with the whole crypto market, I can definitely see it getting to the market cap of Solana right now, because I think Solana will be much higher at the end of this bull run. So the market cap for Solana right now is $100 billion. SWI is only at 15 here, so we still have a room to grow for sure. Okay, the first thing you got to do when you want to join an ecosystem is get yourself a wallet. For me, I've been using the Swiet wallet, SUIET. It is a great browser wallet, a really great user experience. Now, SWI itself has its own wallet, Mysten Labs, the company behind SWI. They created their own wallet. That's the SWI wallet. It's available on the browser, but also mobile as well. But very exciting news recently. It will be coming to Phantom. So if you're a Solana person or a Phantom person, you know how great Phantom Wallet is. Well, they're going to be adding SWI very soon. That's going to bring a lot more people to the SWI ecosystem, as well as Backpack has also announced that they will be adding SWI to their wallet. But look, I wouldn't wait around for Phantom to be adding SWI. As you can see, things move fast in crypto, and it might take a few weeks still for Phantom to onboard SWI, and you don't want to be falling behind in the SWI ecosystem. I would jump in now. I would grab the Swiet wallet. That's what I would recommend. All right, next thing, You get yourself a wallet, you get yourself some SWI, you send it to your wallet. Now you got to look at DeFi. So what's going on in SWI DeFi? Well, a whole lot. Let's look where it is in terms of chains in total value locked. It's now at number 9, up almost 18% just in the last 24 hours. The past week, it's up 25%. Over the last month, up 30%. Definitely one of the hottest chains in terms of total value locked in DeFi. So let's have a closer look. Over $2 billion now total locked on SWI. Believable. In July 2020, and in a year and a half, we're over 2 billion. That is crazy. Here's a tweet from Mateo.Sui. Great follow on Twitter. Very connected in the SWI ecosystem. He just tweeted this today. 24-hour DEX volume. So this isn't TVL. We're talking about a volume here. SWI 430 million DeFi volume in the last 24 hours. Clearly, SWI has huge momentum right now. And in crypto, in a bull run, trend is your friend. Like I said at the beginning of this video, do not make the mistake that I made with Solana in 2021. I'm not saying go all in on SWI after this huge pump, but get involved in the ecosystem. Start learning what the projects are. You're doing a good job already by watching this video. Anyway, going back to this tweet, 430 million in volume in the last 24 hours. That's 4 times more than Aptos, Say, Cardano, Ton, Near, Injective, and ICP put together. That gives you an idea of the momentum that SWI has right now. So let's look at some of the actual platforms, DeFi platforms on SWI. There is a whole bunch of really cool ones. I've been using pretty much all of them over the last year and a bit. Again, user experience, amazing. Transactions, super, super fast. Gas fees, super, super low. So there's no excuse not to experiment with these. I'm going to look at the top 3 here in today's video. But if you remember, I also created this video not too long ago. This was about 8 days ago. It's called Top SWI Altcoin DeFi Projects. Now, in that video, I was concentrating on undervalued platforms. So if you want to go deeper into SWI DeFi, look at some other platforms that aren't the top 3, go check out that video. But for today's video, I'm going to look at the top 3. Number 1 right now, and this is ITVL. Number 1 right now, SWILend protocol. This one has come on really strong lately. SWILend, if you're in the Sol ecosystem, you might recognize them. They are the people behind SolLend on Solana. So they just did their send airdrop recently, which has helped them increase their TVL huge in the last little while, up over 30% in the last month. So they launched their send token on December 14th. If you have a look at it here, it's actually held up really strong. So its all-time high right out of the gate was at $2.70. It's at $2.59 right now. It has not lost a lot of its value. This one really has a lot of strength. And as you can see from the TVL, it really hasn't lost a lot of TVL since it did its send TGE. Now, one of the great things it did for the send token was it charged SWI if you wanted to claim early. So basically they did their airdrop and you could claim what they called M-Send tokens. So you could collect your M-Send tokens, but you couldn't turn them into the send token without paying a penalty. There was a 3-month vesting cliff, and that seems to have worked to really give send some real strength here in terms of price stability. But keep in mind that in a couple of months from now, all those tokens will be released for free. I'm holding mine in M-Send. I'm not going to claim mine until the penalty is gone. I'm sure a lot of other people are doing that. Keep that in mind. That might be a good time to be looking at getting in on Send. That will be around March 2025. But in terms of a DeFi platform, this one is great. It's one that I use, and I've had a great experience with it. Next one on the list is maybe my favorite right now in SWI. That is the Cetus platform. I've talked about this one before on the channel. I love Cetus. I think it's a really great platform. And I also love the Cetus token as an investment. Right now it's sitting at about 38 cents. It's hovering around its all-time high. You can see the volume has been crazy in the last few months. One of my favorite DeFi plays in terms of a DeFi token on SWI. And then the third one here I'll talk about is Navi Protocol. another great DeFi platform. I use it a little bit less than Cetus and Sweeland, but a lot of the same features and definitely a great user experience too. So those are the top 3 TVL DeFi platforms in Sui right now. I recommend playing around with each of them, seeing which one you like best. Again, gas fees super cheap, so you can totally get your hands dirty in Sui for very little money to try it out and see what all the hype is about. Another one I just want to touch on here is Bluefin. Bluefin is more of a trading platform, so it's a high-performance derivatives exchange with both a regulated and permissionless version. So it's more for traders. I'm not really a big trader, so I don't use Bluefin, although I did make an investment in the Bluefin token Blue because I think it's going to do really, really well in Sui. Just because I'm not a trader, I recognize that there are a ton of traders out there, and I think people are going to be very enticed by the product of Bluefin. So I have grabbed myself some Blue token. Again, very new token on Sui, just launched early December. It's got a market cap of about 60 million right now, fully diluted, 470. But if Sui does as well as I think it's going to do in this cycle, I think Blue has a chance of doing really well as well. All right, so that's kind of a short overview on the top DeFi platforms on Sui. One thing we need to touch on is another product by Mysten Labs, the creators of Sui. They also created Deep, which is the backbone of Sui DeFi liquidity. So this is setting the bar for liquidity and trading in DeFi and making sure it's a pretty damn high. A lot of the platforms I just talked about are taking advantage of DeepBook liquidity. So DeepBook launched within the last few months. It also comes with its own token, Deep. This is one that I did get an airdrop of and have held it. I actually hold it in liquidity pools in some of the platforms I talked about. And it's basically at its all-time high. We saw a dip after it launched. It got up to about 9 cents, and then it went just under 4 cents, but now it's back up over 16 cents. So it has been really strong lately. I'm really happy that I held on to it and have been building my bag through my liquidity pool. But because it is built by the same company that brought us Sui, obviously it can't be ignored. And this is the interesting thing about Mysten Labs, is a lot of the other protocols, they're building their chain and they're kind of just leaving it at that. Mysten Labs is saying, we're going to build not just the Sui chain, but we're going to build the major infrastructure pieces that we think a thriving blockchain ecosystem needs. So that includes the DeepBook that I just talked about, but it also includes this, Walrus. Walrus is their decentralized storage protocol. It says, welcome to the next generation of data storage, secure, efficient, and decentralized. So if you've heard of something like Filecoin, Arweave, this is going to be a competitive product. It's going to be but any of the other chains will also be able to use it. So Walrus, I think, is going to be huge. I'll be talking a lot about it on the channel. Apparently, the token WAL, WAL, is going to be launching in the next month or so. It's not out there yet, but this is maybe my most highly anticipated new coin of 2025. So stay tuned for a lot of news about Walrus on this channel. Now, the third thing that Mysten Labs also put out is called Sui Name Service. So you can buy your identity for Sui in the form of an NFT. I bought mine. I'm at milton.sui. If you want to send a donation to the channel, you can always just send me any money you want at Milton. I highly recommend doing that, of course. But look, go in here. If you want to buy your name, if your name is Joe Blow, you can go see if that's available. It is available. So if your name is Joe Blow and you're watching this video right now, you can buy your name here for 20 Sui through the name service. This becomes not only your address for Sui, so people can send you money and stuff like that, but also you'll be able to use these as website domains and a whole bunch of other use cases. And it's a good way to be identified by other Sui ecosystem community members to have your own Sui name. Okay, next thing in the ecosystem we'll look at, of course, meme coins. And Sui has a lot of really great meme coins. First one I'm going to talk about is FUD the Pug. This was probably it's what I would consider the OG meme coin on Sui. It hasn't done great recently, but you can see from its all-time chart, been around from the beginning of 2024. It had a couple of really big peaks. It's down now, way down from its all-time high. But in terms of name recognition in Sui, I still think FUD the Pug, I would put it number one, even though this next meme coin is probably the biggest one going right now at a market cap of 161 million. That is Lofi, L-O-F-I. I used to own some FUD, but I got out of FUD. So the only meme coin right now that I own on Sui is one called Lemon, a very, very, very small one. Lofi is the biggest one. I do not own it. Third one, which is, I think I might still own a little bag of this one, is Triple A Cat. So this is also another big one on Sui. It's done well in the last 24 hours, but like FUD, it is down from its all-time high, volume way down. So meme coins right now have been a bit quiet. At least the bigger ones on Sui have been quiet recently, but a lot of them have been launching recently. You're getting a ton of new launches. Turbos, which is another DeFi platform on Sui, they have what they call turbos.fun, which is very much like fun. And you can see a ton of meme coins being launched every day on Sui there. That's where I heard of Lemon, and that's still number 6 on the list. You can see the top rankings here. One that is a hot new one is this Quantimodo. Quant, that one seems to be doing well in the last 24 hours. But there is a very small active community of meme traders, creators on Sui, and I think that will obviously only grow as the community of Sui grows. Now, if you're used to using Dex Screener on Sui, obviously you can still use Dex Screener and just click on Sui here like I have, and you can see all the pairs, the meme coin pairs out there. But there is also another platform that is great for Sui, and that's X, R-A-I-D-E-N-X. So this is one that I've started to use. They also have very good information on all the new pairs. So if you want to learn more about Sui meme coins, that is a great tool for you. Okay, moving on. Let's talk NFTs. Yes, NFTs. They are not dead just yet. Sui has a small NFT community, but some really cool NFT collections. So the one that you will recognize from my avatar, that is a rootlet. So this is a collection that actually was launched by the Suiland guys. One of the hottest collections, my favorite collection on Sui is rootlets. That's why I sport it as my avatar. The floor right now, 425 Sui. Not too shabby. I minted mine for 100 Sui. This was maybe, I don't know, was it 2 months ago or something like that? Anyway, they had actually a lot of trouble selling their mint. I think it took 3-4 days. I grabbed one, I think on day 2 or 3, and I was like, I'm just going to do it. I love the art. I'm a sucker for good art, and I really love the pixelated art that they have. So I just grabbed one, but it's been awesome. I've loved being part of the community. So very happy with that. There's 3,333 rootlets out there. You'll notice the collections in Sui are a lot smaller in general than Solana. The only one that has a big kind of Solana-like collection is Fuddies, which was one of the very first popular ones. I also have a Fuddy, and I really like them. Love the character. There's 10,000 of them, though, which is pretty big for Sui. And so Fuddy price has taken a hit over the last few months. It's down, the floor price down to 47 Sui. I think I got mine in the 80 Sui range, so I'm down on that one. Another collection to look at that can't be ignored is the Legacy collection. This is a very inside group among Sui. There's only 222 of these NFTs. The floor price is 1,400 Sui, so very expensive, but a very exclusive club, 222. Those I would say are the top collections. Prime Machine is also a really cool collection. These guys are building a ton of really cool things on Sui. Love the art on this one as well. I don't own one yet, but Prime Machine is one to watch. Studio Marai, I believe they are called, is the company behind them, and they're building all sorts of things on Sui, so make sure you check them out. And speaking of people to follow, if you want to learn more about Sui, number one has to be the Sui legend, of course. If you are a Cryptowise subscriber, you know that Sui Legend is actually going to be creating content for us on Cryptowise. He dropped this first video here, top 5 Sui memes this week. So he's really going to be going in depth in terms of the Sui ecosystem for us. Good friend of mine, the Sui Legend. Make sure you give him a follow over on X. Other people that I love in the ecosystem to follow, David Tixon. He actually works at Mysten Labs. He's been someone I've learned a lot about the ecosystem through. Of course, one of the co-founders of Mysten Labs, Evan, you can see him on Twitter here, sporting his one of one, as was David Tixon. Those are 3 must follows in my opinion. And of course, going back to Mateo.Sui, he's also someone that you should be following as well. The last thing I want to mention is gaming. Now, Sui Gaming hasn't really taken off yet. I'm very confident that it's going to, because they announced early last year that they are going to be launching this Sui Play OX1. So it's an actual physical handheld gaming device that is going to be launching early 2025. So very soon. They're not going to launch this without any amazing games to go with it. I bought one of these. And if you watch the channel, you know I'm not a big gamer, as an investment, because 1, there's going to be a ton of airdrops included with it, very much like the Solana phone. 2, even though I'm not a gamer, I like getting my hands dirty. I'm going to want to play the games that are launching on Sui just to kind of try them out, see what it's like. They're not going to announce a physical mobile gaming device without knowing that there's going to be a ton of games coming to Sui. So I think gaming is going to be huge in Sui. Just hasn't really taken off yet, but once this launches, it's going to be full steam ahead. All right, guys, that's my overview on Sui Network. This is one I think you gotta be involved in. This is not financial advice, of course. This channel is really just to talk crypto with you guys. I'm not here to tell you what to buy, not to buy, but I would recommend, look, even if you spend a couple of dollars, get yourself a wallet, get $3 worth of Sui if you don't want to risk anything, and just try it out. That's all you need to try out the platforms and stuff. It's super cheap to do. I recommend using it to see what all the hype's about. It's super fast and the user experience is great. And I do think that this is going to be the Solana of this cycle. All right, guys, if you like this video, please smash that like button. Really helps out the channel. Doesn't cost you anything. It's just one click of a button. So please do that for me now, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. Really appreciate you watching the content. I'm super stoked to be back. I think this is going to be a huge year for both you and me and all of crypto. So until next time, I'm Milton saying over and out.